the Geek Podcast. Today is Wednesday, December 21st. It's our 85th episode. My name is Adam, and I'm joined by my good friend Logan.
Hello.
Hey, and how's your week been?
It's been a week, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know how it goes. What about you? What have you been up to this week?
I am in full-blown Star Wars nerd mode for the next few months.
There you go. Now you're talking.
Yeah, I've been listening to the Catalyst audiobook for Star Wars. Went and saw Rogue One. I, like an idiot, even though I own them all in 3 different sets on VHS.
Oh, what did you do now?
A DVD set. I own the Blu-rays. I decided to get them all digital on Amazon for no reason.
Okay, yeah. Was there not did a digital copy not come with the Blu-rays? Really?
I just wanted them. No, not the Amazon. I wanted them so I could like watch. No, I don't think it did. Maybe it did. I'm an idiot. They were on sale. I'm sorry. Shut up. But yeah, no, I've been watching it like crazy, and I got a gift card for Amazon, and I was like, I don't know what to get. I guess I'll get these. So
hell, I could have sent you my wish list. That would have solved that problem.
Yeah, no, it was on sale the other day. It was really cheap. And I was like, oh, gotta get it. So I did that. And so I've just been in full-blown Star Wars mode, staying away from the Legos, because that's crack.
Yeah,
so staying far away from that. I'm like, nope, can't afford it. Stay away.
Yeah, this time last year, didn't you buy like 4 or 5 different Lego pieces?
Yeah, I had 2 of them. The Millennium Falcon and the X-Wing. And they look great. They're chilling over there.
Yeah, I bet the Falcon was cheap.
Oh, dude, no. Yeah. No, the good thing is the ones they released for Rogue One. I went down the rabbit hole and looked at them. It was nothing exciting for me. They have like the ATST that looks cool, the little chicken walker.
Yeah.
And I think it was like $25-$30, so that would be feasible. But no. I did though spend a little bit of money, and I got the art of Rogue One.
Oh, you got another one of those. Cool.
Yes. Oh, I love these things. It's just like the other ones where it is just dives headfirst into all the concept art with how it started and the story of how it started, and like 2014 when they were like, let's tell this cool little story, and and where do we go? Like, they wanted, all new characters, and they wanted to look at a lot of different planets and new planets, but they also wanted to like tap into like some cool lore stuff, and I don't know. I've only gotten a few pages in that, but it's just I flipped through it real fast to look at the artwork, but it's beautiful. So I've been poring over that. So yeah, dude, just full blown Star Wars. I play a little bit of Final Fantasy, but it's like you don't see the end of it, and you're like, okay, I don't even know. I don't want to do the side missions anymore. And I started jumping on the main quest. I was like, I wanted to do it all when I first got it. I was like, oh, there's so much to do, and now I'm just like, I kind of want to get through it.
And then you get a little side quest fatigue. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, and I'm way beyond level for the main quest, so I'm just blowing through it. I'm like, all right, okay, let's go through it.
Nice.
But yeah, no, just relaxing, chilling, doing that for the last week or so. Have you caught up on any television or anything like that?
No, I've been trying to catch up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm only like 3 back, I think.
Oh, okay. I gotta catch up like this whole season. Walking Dead. Have you watched Walking Dead this season?
I the first handful. I think I'm 3. What am I, 3 back on that too? I think it's just been we've just had so much going on here. Like I have 0 time.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Yeah, that and Westworld were the only 2 things that I just stuck with every week.
Yeah.
And that last episode of Walking Dead before the break is really, really good. Just
good.
Fucking. Yeah, I'm like, oh, this is so good. Negan's just, he's just fantastic. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, that's all I did. I've just been kind of planning when I'm gonna go see Rogue One again, because I definitely want to see it again with like, not my crazy Star Wars eyes, but like, okay, I've seen it once, now I can breathe, and
Right, now let's take a look at it, man. I was
Right,
bummed
right.
they didn't blow up the Death Star at the end. Oh, spoiler alert. Like,
Yeah,
I
no.
had to, I had to do. I know, it was lame, but I had to do it. It
And
made
for
me
the
laugh.
people who haven't seen it, that actually didn't happen.
Yeah.
That's not in the movie. But yeah, no, it. Oh man, we'll talk about that later. And are we gonna do like its own episode as
I,
well?
I want to. I do. I
We
definitely
really
want to.
should. We'll talk a little bit about at the end of the episode. I feel terrible because I don't want to spoil it for people just tuning in.
Yeah,
But for the standalone podcast, we will definitely go into full on spoilers with it.
totally.
Um, yeah, but yeah, I want to see it with a new set of eyes. I want to
Yeah, stuff like this, like, and I'm the same way with like anything I'm a big fan of. Like, I want to go back and watch this again. I want to rewatch Doctor Strange, because the first time is like you go in as a fan and you're like, you just want to be amazed and totally enjoy it, and then you go
you're
in a second time and you're like, all right, now let's break this down. The
right,
whole
right. Oh yeah, your ears perk up. You're like, who is he the guardian of? Like you just go on these little like, what did he just say? Where are they going? Is that really what I'm seeing?
man, there was
You do
there
that.
was there was one, and with naming no names, there was one that totally threw me for a minute. And correct me if I'm wrong, because you'll know where I'm talking about when I say this. Did he say I trust her? I could have sworn.
No,
I,
no.
yeah, are you sure?
Well, no, yeah. I mean, I gotta rewatch it.
I am sure he said her, and that freaked me out. Because I thought, now wait a minute, that was not where I thought that was going.
I mean, I thought it was the other way. I thought
Yeah,
everyone thought it was the other way. It was like, oh, it's so on the nose. Like we know where they're going, kind of thing. And yeah, I didn't hear her. But then again, I mean, the whole theater was just it was the right kind of noise though, so I shouldn't complain.
yeah. Well,
But
that's
it
yeah.
yeah, the second time watching it, I'm going to see it with another audience that I don't think is going to because I saw it opening night.
Oh yeah,
Like the
so it was
people
packed.
there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't even hear a certain set of characters that we saw for like just a brief moment because the crowd was just going nuts. I'm like, I have no idea what they just said, but yes, yes, that was great. Like that's the crowd you want to see. When people are like, everyone's cheering at the end, and
Yeah.
I walked out of the theater, and I honestly didn't expect this because as big as a fan we were, I was still nervous about how it would all go down, and would it be, how could they top the nostalgia and the thing that J.J. Abrams and his whole group did last year, with bringing Star Wars back. And even with this film, I was listening with Gary Witt. I listened to a podcast with him. He's the writer of it. He actually replied to me back on Twitter. I thought that was crazy, but
I saw that, man. That's
I
great.
saw a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. He was like, on behalf of all of us, you're welcome, and thank you for being a fan or something like that. But I was listening to a podcast, and he talked about something that J.J. Abrams said, and he was like, it was so important that he opened up that first film with, "This will begin to make things right." And he said that stuck with him, and that goes throughout this whole movie as well. Is that this is a way of Disney going, look, we know you guys got screwed with a lot of things, but stay with us, and it'll be fine. And I didn't doubt Rogue One. I just didn't know how I didn't know if it would be the same going to see this as it did The Force Awakens, and it totally did, especially walking out. The only thing that did suck is I usually go see these movies with my brother, but he just moved, so that was kind of shitty.
Yeah.
But besides that aside, that's just my own personal thing. But the movie itself was I thought so good, and I guess we'll talk about all that later.
Yeah.
I don't really want to get too much into it, but but it was cool. It was cool walking out and just the people talking about it, and they were just like, "Holy shit! I didn't expect that. Like I didn't know what to expect, but didn't expect that." So, but yeah, we got a ton of movie news to talk about.
Yeah, we're pretty heavy. We're pretty movie heavy this week.
Yeah, it's mostly movies. We're just in that time period where video games have kind of I mean, the only cool news, make sure if you're on Xbox, you're on Steam, you're on PlayStation, you go check out the deals. This time of year, they're just deal crazy. I think PlayStation's like 3 weeks in a row now. This week's all Star Wars stuff. Have you seen that?
No, is it? Cause
Yeah.
I was just on there and it wasn't. Have they?
Yeah, week 3 is just I think you can get Battlefront for $9. You can get the entire Ultimate Collection for 30, which I think is worth it. $30 for the whole kit and caboodle, good price. $9 if you just kind of want that ticket to get in and play everything except for the 4 expansions. That's not a bad dude. That's I'd rather get that than go to like Redbox
True.
because $9 for that kind of big of a game. But yeah, no. Like I said, I've been playing that. But yeah, tons of like the Star Wars throwback pack is on there for like $8.
And this is on the PlayStation Store?
PlayStation, yeah. The
Yeah, 'cause
throwback pack is the Racer,
yeah, it's
Pod Racer,
Pod Racer, Starfighter, and Bounty Hunter, right?
Bounty Hunter. Yep, and
Yeah.
I've had the Super Star Wars forever,
Yeah.
and that's one of my favorite Super Nintendo games. I wish they would release the other two. Have you ever played the old Super Nintendo?
Oh hell yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, those
Man.
are some of my.
Oh man, because Empire was one of my first Super Nintendo games, and it was hard. Oh my god, those games are so freaking
These
hard.
games.
Oh.
Yeah, they're ridiculously hard. Going back and playing them, I'm like, how the fuck did I get past this? Like, I remember getting well into the game, and I played it maybe a month ago, and I'm like, I keep dying. I'm just gonna start all the way over again. Like, how the fuck did I do? And I remember, oh yeah, that's right. I was a kid, and I just did this every day, all like, after I was on my homework and whatever. I was just constantly playing it. So, yeah, man. So I don't know. Check it out. Yep, tons of deals. I'm not really on Xbox that much, so I'm sure they got deals this time of year. And Steam does as well. Steam's got a bunch of deals. Oh, I got Stardew Valley.
Oh yeah.
PlayStation, yeah. I don't know. My computer's been acting up. It's been acting just stupid. I have it on that, but it's been crashing and stuff. Literally, that's my next thing I'm saving for is a new computer. Gotta
Nice.
get it. Yeah, it's out the window. It's starting to like crash now, like just shut down. Where I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta turn it back on. Something's
Ouch.
going out on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's six years old now, 6, 7. So it's about time I get a new one.
Yeah.
But
Mine's 4, and I can. It's starting to.
yeah,
You can see where it's. It's like, oh, yeah. I can see it going.
right. And I have some other machines that they're perfect. They're older. They don't crash, but I can't play games and stuff on them. So
Yeah.
it's that like, oh well, shit, I gotta upgrade anyway. So, but yeah, yeah. So I don't know. That's been my week.
Yeah.
Should we get into some movie news?
Yeah. Let's start the show.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. No. The Batman solo film, who's right at the top, is to release 2018.
Sure. I'm good with that. Gives them a year to make it.
Yeah.
Half for
Yeah.
post-production, probably. I'm down with that.
I remember not too long ago he was talking about, because someone asked like, when's it coming out, and he's like, it'll be out when it's ready, and we're not ready to say anything right now. I thought that was kind of cool. Like,
Yeah, considering the current track record of DC films.
oh my god, I saw the picture today of the Batman, Wonder Woman, and the Flash. Didn't do anything for me.
No, because it just looks. We've seen more impressive shots from the TV shows.
Honestly, I'm glad you just said that, because that's where I was going with it.
Yeah.
I was way more excited seeing the stuff for Invasion than that little photo. It's like it's okay.
Yeah. It's like, oh,
You can
yeah,
replace,
exactly.
Yeah. I just didn't. I don't know. It didn't do anything for me. I'm like, okay, they're the 3R. Where's Superman? Where's Aquaman? It's that would have been much cooler, I thought, than just the 3 of them. But I get it. They're trickling out stuff.
Well, because those two are the ones that are starting everything. So, they find the Flash first. Okay, fine.
Right.
This Flash who looks like I don't know what. Like I don't. I'm not hyped for this. I'm not.
Not at all.
There is nothing about like even like seeing Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I was like, that's awesome. And then when they showed him just being like broody King of the Sea and the little thing, I was like, oh no,
Right.
please don't do this. Don't do this.
Right. Yeah. I thought it was kind of the first time we see these 3 people. They're in like what looks like a CW warehouse.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like it was the same angle, like that same like
Mhm.
down low looking up shot. They're all looking off into the distance. There's like the giant windows behind them. It does. It looks
Yeah.
like something out of the first season of The Flash.
hmm Yeah. And it just didn't do anything for me. I mean, and I was looking, and it's like that comes out next year, a
Yeah.
month before Star Wars. Next year's gonna be packed.
Yeah.
Or next year, I mean next year. Yeah, so many movies. But yeah, I don't know. It sucks. Like I couldn't be less excited about it, and I shouldn't be. Like I should be excited about a Justice League movie, and I've just been burned. It's gonna be interesting looking at the numbers, like looking at the hype and the build up next year, and I'm sure we'll get some Super Bowl ads or something. But I don't know.
I get the feeling that the DC film universe is going to be like Transformers. The movies are awful, but they're going to make a crap load of money. All the word of mouth from
Yeah,
Suicide Squad was bad. The reviews were bad. The word of mouth was bad. It still made a killing.
yeah, but now that's too down in the toilet. I wonder if, like, how many bad ones does it take for them to start losing money?
Well, Transformers is up to 4, so
Yeah,
I'll give them one. I'll give them the first one. Okay, fine. So we'll say
yeah,
they're 3 straight now.
yeah. I guess you're right. People are gonna go see it just. And maybe I don't know. Maybe I should just start speaking with my wallet. That's the whole problem.
Yeah,
I'm kind of a hypocrite for, you know, keep spending money. That's the only way you're gonna, that's the only way you're gonna show them.
yeah, but
Um,
I mean, the flip side of that is this is what we do, though. If we've got to
that's
see
true.
it to talk about it.
That's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess if I wasn't doing it, that's where I would be like, you know what?
Yeah,
It's, it's just not. I don't know what. It, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. It's just one of those situations where I don't want to. I don't want to give them any money for something I'm not supporting. But yeah, you're right. We gotta do it
yeah.
because of
But
this.
so
But
this is how we say, you know what, to the 80 people listening to us. Here's what we have to say about this.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll watch it for you. We'll let you know if it's shitty, and if it is, man, don't spend your money on it.
There you go.
It's the worst. But hopefully it's good. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I want
But
it to be good. I don't like rooting against things, but
oh
just
God, yes, we want it to be good, absolutely. But we'll see. But with that, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll get back. We'll get more movie news. Again, you're listening to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM. We'll see y'all in a minute. Welcome back to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM, and we're still in some DC news. We got some Gotham City Sirens news. Rumors suggest Megan Fox in contention for a role in Poison Ivy, so that sucks.
yeah, that's because the last time she was in a DC film, it went so well.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that
Thank
movie
you.
just.
Yeah,
I don't know why they're doing that movie to begin with.
because everybody was like, Margot Robbie's really good, so we have to put her in another film. Okay, um, look, I'm all for it, but on the other hand, it's like, you guys do have to kind of build a universe first. At least some semblance of one. Um, if they're
Right.
gonna introduce some of these players in the Batman film, okay, then suddenly this makes a lot more sense.
They would have to because it seems like DC's building their villains
Yeah,
and not their heroes. Because I mean, they damn near made Batman and Superman villains in their film. We
yeah,
have, Gotham or just Suicide Squad, all villains. This is all villains. I think The Flash is going to be like the first movie where the hero's not the guy. Well, who knows actually? 'Cause he could be the menace. That's like it just seems like all their films, the heroes are the bad guys. Um, yeah, I don't know. That doesn't excite me either. None of these DC movies excite me.
yeah. It's just it's sad. It really is.
Yeah, yeah. Um, all right, let's see what do we got here. We got some Black Panther news. Film to begin production in January, alongside Avengers: Infinity War. What do you think about that?
Yeah, they're both filming at Pinewood down in Atlanta in January. I know they're doing some Infinity War over in London too, but this is interesting to me. They're almost doing them like back to back. Or not back to back, but
Hmm.
simultaneously. It's I don't know. I guess it's because they come out fairly close to each other, but there's only a couple months between them, isn't there?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just a few months.
weird, but
Yeah.
okay,
But
whatever. That's how their schedules are gonna work. Okay. Well, it's like because what Guardians finished filming, and then like that day Spider-Man started filming, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
It was something like that.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy, crazy, crazy. The amount of movies Disney just has lined up, it's insane.
Dude, and did you see they made as a studio they have so far made $7 billion this year.
That's insane.
They're the first studio to break that mark. Universal came close. They were like 6.8 something. But Rogue won this weekend because it made what 250 globally. It made 100. It made what 155 here, and then I think like another almost 100 around the world.
What were people expecting Rogue One? Did it go above and beyond what they expected?
I think so. I think they were expecting a strong showing, but I don't think they were. I think this definitely did a step. We'll go with a step above what they thought it would.
Right. It was one of those. It was kind of like Guardians, where it's like we know it's got the name behind it, but this is the first time we are stepping. This was a big test to go. Okay, so let's do like an extended universe type story where it's nothing to do with the main characters of our big, series. Let's see what happens when we do, the story of this cool little thing over here. And holy fuck, did it pay off?
Big time, yeah.
Yeah, it really did. So it gave me even more hope for Han Solo. That's the film that I'm not as excited about as everything else. When I heard about the Rogue One, I was like, oh, that's such a fucking cool idea. Han Solo, we don't really know the story of. I think there's been rumors that it's going to be, him meeting up with Chewie. We know Lando's in it. We know Chewie's in it. And didn't we hear like rumors that like the movie was about him rescuing Chewie or meeting Chewie or getting the Falcon?
I think there. I think I.
Was that just people going, hey, this is what it could be about because that's all we know?
I think there was some of that. I think the prevalent theory was like a big part of it is going to be getting the Falcon.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
But yeah, that's the one I'm gonna look. It's like, okay. But yeah, man. So
so that's gonna be a movie too.
Yeah. So when does that come out? I mean,
year after next, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it would be. Yep. Every Christmas.
That's it. Yeah, man. Every year.
So it's so nice to look forward to.
Right.
Yeah, it was a happy, mistake for them to go, well, we can't make it for the summer, let's do Christmas time, because there's nothing else around it, I guess except for Justice League. But besides that, this time of year, like this week, there's nothing else. So it's perfect.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
And merchandise, man. It's brilliant from like, hey, you know that movie you just went and saw that your kids really, really, really liked? There's all these toys for it. Here's everything you can put under your Christmas tree this year.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, I actually really want, like, the K2.
Yeah.
K2.
Yeah. I just want Alan Tudyk. He killed it, man. He was great. I loved it.
He really did. But I want that droid. Like, I want the pop, or just like, a knight, the Black Series figure or whatever it is.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, he would definitely be one I'd rather have like as a full figure for sure.
Oh yeah. I think even like the pop, like it's not like the other ones. It gets tall.
Really?
Yeah, like I'm looking at a picture of it, and like in the box, it's like squished up, but outside of the box, he's tall. He seems taller than the other ones.
Interesting.
I could be just looking at it wrong, but yeah. Yeah. I have this weird pop figure, Bistan, Bistan. He's from the movie.
He's from Rogue One?
He's from Rogue One. He was the guy that, in the trailer, he's like laughing with the gun. He's like, I don't know, he looks like an animal. And he's got the big torrent gun hanging out the side. I'll send you a picture.
Oh, the little thing. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So if you're listening, he's in the trailer. He's like that big animal thing with the gun. My buddy went to New York Comic Con, and he was one of the limited editions for the pop. So he actually got it and sent it to me. So
Nice.
yeah, it's like, you can only get this at New York Comic Con. So I thought it was really cool looking. I'm like, I don't know what that guy is, but get it for me. He was like, oh yeah, hell yeah. So he sent it, and I gave him some money. I was like, yes, thank you.
He reminded me of like Snarf on meth.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
like that was all I could keep thinking of every time I saw him. I was like, oh my god, like it's Snarf with a drug problem, or like his evil cousin or something. Like it was crazy.
Yeah, yeah, it was great. I was like, oh man, that's awesome. I was like, I don't even know what he does, but it doesn't matter. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Did you see that Ragnarok is going to take place on that planet? The one that was in Planet Hulk.
Oh,
What's it called?
Sakaar.
Sakaar, yeah.
They came out and they were finally like, yeah. Well, because like we'd seen like Hulk's gladiator harness, and like we knew this, and this was just kind of like, yeah, and it's gonna be on this planet, so you know what that means. We're like, yeah, we already know, but like, thanks,
I was reading IO9, and they
Okay.
have like these, morning spoilers or whatever. And I mixed up two articles because I wasn't paying attention. That's how dumb I am. And I got so fucking excited.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
I don't even know if I should say the second part of this, because the first part of it was how this was going to take place on this planet, and the second part of it was like, guess who's going to show up in the Power Rangers at some point? It was rumored, and I mixed those two things up, and I thought, what? But it was like a comic or something like that. I don't know. It was dumb. Okay, so there's a Power Ranger comic. I'll just spoil that. Sorry. And they're all Green Rangers apparently, and they meet like the ultimate Green Ranger.
I saw that artwork. Oh my god, it looks amazing.
Yes, and so for some reason I'm like, is the Green Ranger gonna be in Hulk? Like, did they scoop up the actor who played the Green Ranger and John Cena? I was like,
he totally would have done it. Like he absolutely would have done it.
Oh, he totally would have. Like, could you imagine them like in an alien ship, and they're all looking at each other? Hulk, Thor, the guy who's played Tommy the Green Ranger, and John Cena. Like, what are we doing here? You're Earth's mightiest. Why do they think that?
Oh.
Well, you're on TV, right? You're the Green Ranger. Like that. Oh, you're the world champion. That would have been the best surprise crossover. But they can't, of course, do that because they don't have the rights to Power Rangers. But I still love the idea of John Cena playing himself in the movie. I hope he's playing himself.
That's what the reports all indicate. Oh, the more I think about this, the more I'm like, okay, because I have to remember who's directing. And
right.
Like, oh yeah, something like that makes sense in this weird, twisted kind of way. Like, oh yeah, because it's gonna be hysterical.
All right, and let's not forget it's apparently got like an '80s theme, which is weird. Like if you look at the title and everything else, it's all '80s. I think that's so cool.
well, because it's like an old road movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, totally.
Yeah, man, I'm definitely in.
Oh man.
Yeah, just Incredibles 2. The voiceover recording sessions have started.
Yeah, Sam Jackson tweeted a picture. He was in the studio. Yeah, I guess he's still looking for his super suit. So.
Yeah, man, people loved Incredibles.
It was good. I didn't see it for a long time. It was not one that I caught when it came out. So like I saw it later and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this was cool.
Yeah, when did the first one come out?
What was it? 2004?
Oh, okay, that's why. Same here. I didn't see it for a while after that. I saw it on maybe like Blu-ray or DVD way later.
2004 or 2005 or 00 something. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, 2004. Yeah.
2004 was 2004. Yeah.
God, that was so long ago, it seems like. Yeah. But best Fantastic Four film.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Cruella, live-action villain movie to be directed by Alex Timbers, Mozart in the Jungle, and to star Emma Stone.
Yeah, because I remember this was the first one, like, after Maleficent did okay. This was the next one. They were like, hey, what if we did one about the villain?
Right.
And this was the next one up, and then we didn't really hear anything about it for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm not too excited about it. We'll see, I guess.
Yeah. Well, Maleficent
would,
was good. I enjoyed it, so I'll give this a
what
shot.
would the movie Cruella be about?
It'll be about
It's
it'll
like the
be
Jungle Book is exciting because it's the Jungle Book and it's that great
right.
story. But Cruella, you lose all the Dalmatians. What's your story?
Well, you're basically it's going to be the Devil Wears Prada from Meryl Streep's point of view instead of Anne Hathaway's.
Yeah, I mean that just doesn't excite me at all. But
Yeah.
okay, like you lose the hook when you lose the Dalmatians. For me, it's like, oh, we're gonna do a movie about the Lion King, but it's all gonna be about Zazu,
Dude, I'd
his
watch
adventure.
that. I love Zazu.
His adventure, gathering worms. Like it just didn't. I don't know. It's just. We'll see. Keira Knightley reported to appear in upcoming Pirates 5 film.
Yeah, her and Johnny and Orlando back together again.
There we go. Well, that's kind of exciting. I don't know. I can't tell you the last one I saw. I don't remember what happened. I think they went to China.
That would have been
At some
3.
point.
Was Singapore. That would have been 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember like Chinese pirates or something. I don't know. I don't know. That film franchise just I don't know. Didn't Orlando Bloom become like one of the Taken or something during it? And
he became Davy Jones at the end of it, basically. Yeah.
At the end of the third one?
Yeah, and then we didn't see him in yeah, spoiler alert for like a 12-year-old movie. So, but yeah,
Did he make it out alive? He's still dead?
He's yes and no. It's a weird mythology.
Did he come back in the next one?
No, he did not come back in 4.
So we have not seen his character.
Right.
Okay, and so the last we know of Orlando Bloom, his character is part of the dead ship.
He is the dead ship.
He is the dead ship, so he's the captain of the dead ship.
Yes.
Okay.
And
none
so
of that's where this takes off.
I don't know.
So what was the movie after that all about?
Mermaids and the Fountain of Youth.
But it had nothing to do with those other characters.
No, it was Johnny Depp and Barbossa, and they were fighting Blackbeard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's the one I guess I never saw. Was there any ones after that?
No, that was the last one.
Okay. There was an adult movie about pirates. I remember around that time it came out, and it was like the highest grossing adult film of all time.
Yeah, there've been a few of them.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to get sidetracked there. Power Rangers toy commercial reveals new version of Goldar.
Yeah, have you seen this?
He looks like someone put a torch above his character and just let him melt.
Yeah, he's solid gold. Like he's actually just gold, and
It makes sense because every decision about this film looks like shit to me.
Yeah.
I'm not sugarcoating anymore. Like, I hated Alpha 5. Like, I'm sorry. That looked like straight garbage. And this, it just continuously shows me this is bad. I don't know. Like, the trailer, it looked cool. Their suits looked cool.
No. That was...
It looked well, I think it looked better in motion than it did in the stills.
Fair enough.
But that was the cliff, though. And then it went off when I saw the Zords. I was like, oh no, this looks terrible. The way they come together, and it looks like a shitty sci-fi, movie. And then, Rita looked awesome. I thought, okay, cool, new direction. But fuck, dude, like just melting gold, constantly melting, dripping gold. He looked so awesome before. Just make him look modern,
right?
Make him look like the 2017 film of that like beast thing with the gold armor and everything. It looked awesome. Don't make him cheesy. Make him cool. Like make it like a badass moment. Did you hear about what the film is supposed to be about?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if we should go into it, but you should make that scene where he comes about when he's there. a badass moment.
It could be. It so easily could be.
But
I
they're dumb.
Yeah, like instead of, it could be, keep the creature that he was, and he can be covered in gold. I'm okay with that, but make it a whole big thing. She's melted down all this gold. She has to do some sort of spell, and she dunks him in the gold. Wait for it, and then he rises up, and
Right.
that's how, that could be awesome. A little kitsch, sure, but it's a Power Rangers film.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it could be so awesome, and especially with some of the synopsis that we've seen and what it's rumored to be like, that would be the cool way to do it, and it could be really badass. But uh,
Yeah.
it
It's
just
just
looks
good.
it looks like a kid took a magnifying glass to a spray painted GI Joe. Like, it just looks awful.
Yeah. No, I agree. With that, we'll take a quick break. When we get back, we'll get more into some movie news. Again, you're listening to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM. We'll see you guys all in a minute. Welcome back to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM. And you go ahead and take this next one. This is some cool news.
Yeah, I was really down for this news. So we know that CBS Films has been working on adapting Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark,
Yes.
and they have found, it didn't say if he was directing it or just kind of like spearheading it. I think he's directing it. Guillermo del Toro is coming on board this project, and that's just yes. I have nothing else to say but yes. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, man. That I'm excited for that. I remember reading that years ago.
Oh yeah.
Is that the one? I remember one story stuck out for some reason. It was the one where you could she took her scarf off. It was holding her head up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um that was cool.
Yeah, and
That was one of my favorite. That's all I remember from it, really. I remember just the covers being creepy as hell.
oh, the illustrations were horrifying, and these were
Yes.
kids' books. They were not.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, kids just had people bought them for kids. No, they were marketed to kids. They were
Yeah.
terrifying. They were
Yeah.
they were horrifying. I mean, they were fantastic stories, but terrifying. Absolutely frightening.
Yeah. Yeah, it was creepy. I remember pulling those out in the library and wanting to read them and like just getting freaked out.
Yeah.
It was good stuff.
Yeah, and here was something that I didn't know, or I think I knew, but I wasn't aware. Like, it didn't register to me at the time. The screenwriter for the adaptation is John August, who's one of the guys from the Script Notes podcast.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah, he did Go and Frank and Weenie, and oh, I'm blanking on the other thing he did. But there's been, it's one of those things where, like, here are the big credits, and then, you have all the little, like, and he did some work on these other things, but,
Yeah.
and Frank and Weenie was good. I like Frank and Weenie a lot.
Yeah.
So definitely
Yeah,
the
I saw-
gothic vibe.
saw
Big,
part of that.
yeah, Big Fish. Big Fish was the other thing. So,
Oh, okay.
but definitely got the Burton vibe. 'Cause he's worked with him a couple times. But yeah, so totally down for that. Definitely going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Because I want to see how they do it. Like, because it can't just be like an anthology. Like, here are all the stories. Like, I don't know. There's got to be a narrative of sorts.
Yeah, I mean, if it was a TV show, they should totally do it as an anthology. But I guess because it's a movie, I just hope it's not Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Like that.
Well-
Even though, you know what? I liked Goosebumps for what it was. That makes sense because Goosebumps has always been just a little bit more, kid friendly and whatnot.
Right.
I don't want that for this though.
I mean, it. My first thought would be something like VHS, and I don't want that for this.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I don't know. I'm sure they'll think of something. I should watch Goosebumps. Is it still on Netflix? Yeah, it's still on Netflix. I should watch it.
Maybe. Yeah.
Cause I
mean,
thought
it's.
yeah, like I thought it looked kind of cute for what it was. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, still a kids thing. I got you.
Yeah, no, it totally reminded me of like Jumanji, but with R.L. Stein.
See,
Yeah.
sold. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, totally. Let's see what else we got here. We got some Pacific Rim news. Sequel titled Pacific Rim Uprising.
Yeah, they changed it.
Yeah, what was it before?
Maelstrom,
Oh, that's right.
which I liked better. I thought that was cooler sounding.
Yeah. That reminds me of Warcraft, because it's just a place you go to in Warcraft.
Oh
And it's
yeah.
been for years. It was rumored about being an expansion, and then they kind of added it in an expansion, but didn't title it the expansion. So I don't know.
Okay.
And whenever I see that, that's what I think of. Let's see here. We got Godzilla sequel titled revealed as Godzilla King of the Monsters. So you know what that means, right?
What?
Oh, to me, that means we're getting more monsters in it. Like,
Well, yeah, we'd have
um,
to.
well, they're teasing, or I mean, aren't they? Didn't they announce it? Godzilla is going to cross over with King Kong.
Oh yeah, yeah, they announced that, but that's gonna be we have to have this Godzilla movie and then the King Kong movie and then we get the crossover movie.
Right. I think this is going to tease right into King Kong. Like, oh, you're the king of the monsters. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, there's gonna be a cart. There's gonna be like a crate or something that teases King Kong. I can't fucking wait. What monster do you think they would put in the new Godzilla?
Mothra.
You think?
I mean they name dropped it in the first one.
Did they?
It was spelled out. Remember when they go back to the house and they pass by like where the little kid's whatever tank he used to have?
Okay.
It's actually spelled out on the tank.
Do you think that Mothra would be too much like the ones from the last movie?
That's kind of my concern.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it would. I don't know if it's going to be a flying one like that. Maybe Mothra is in the movie, but I think there's going to be something else,
yeah.
something big. And
What was the what was the other one? Like the bit Rodan. That's the one I'm trying to think of. That one that could be cool.
Rodan.
Yeah.
It sounds really familiar.
He was the turtle.
Oh, this looks like a pterodactyl.
Then I was wrong. No, am I wrong? I might be wrong.
Rodan is a pterodactyl.
Okay, so then who the hell was the turtle?
I don't know.
There was the why can I not? Why am I blanking on the turtle's name?
Gamera.
Gamera, that's it.
Gamera.
That's
yeah.
it.
The flying turtle.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. You think they'd ever do a Mecha King Kong? I highly doubt it.
A Mecha King Kong? No.
No, I'm sorry, Mecha Godzilla.
Mecha Godzilla? I wouldn't be surprised. I would actually. That's how you cross over King Kong and Godzilla and Pacific Rim.
I would love a Mecha King Kong.
Yeah, that would be dope. That would be
Mecha King Kong and Mecha Godzilla in the movie. Oh man. Yeah, I'm looking at the Godzilla monsters, and there's one that's like a 3-headed dragon. Looks pretty cool.
Yes. Yeah, that was King Ghidorah. Yeah. He was kind of like the big oh crap monster.
Right.
Yeah, King Ghidorah was the badass.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what the game was that I played on Sega.
And
it was a monster fighting game.
It was King of Monsters.
Was it?
Yeah, because I played King of Monsters 2 on Super Nintendo.
Oh, okay. Yes, it was. Yes, Sega Mega Drive, King of the Monsters.
Yeah.
Me and my brothers played the shit out of that game.
Yeah. It was good. It was fun.
So much fun. Yep. I remember there was the Beetle, there was the Rockman, there was the lizard, and I forgot what the other one was. What was that?
There was one that was
Maybe he's a human.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he was.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, I just looked up. Yeah. It was like a big human guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game was fun.
Because I remember from 2, you had the big Cyclops dude, you had the giant lizard, and then you had, I guess you had the ape. I guess it was supposed to be like King Kong, Godzilla knockoffs, and then the other guy was like Atomic Guy. It was like the 50-foot tall just dude. I was like, okay, cool, whatever.
Oh yeah, man, those games were fun.
Yeah,
fun
they
stuff. Were. Oh yeah. All right, let's see here. We got. Oh, you take the next one.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a name here. You might want me to grab this. Yeah.
Plus, it's your thing.
Yeah, true. So there's been talk about a live action U.S. Naruto film, And everybody was like, really? Do you remember Dragon Ball?
All
But
right.
uh, Masashi Kishimoto, who actually created the manga, is rumored to be pretty heavily involved with production. So that's always a nice plus, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, man. How do you think they're gonna be able to fit how many episodes of that? I remember you told me one day.
Well, but
I was like,
here's
I kind of want to get into that because Dragon Ball was great, and then you were like, oh, there's like 600 and whatever the fuck it
there's
was. I
all
was like,
yeah, and that's just for the second series.
yeah,
It's
that's insane.
Here's the thing. If they did a Kai, they could easily do a Kai version of it because it suffers from the same thing every long-running anime suffers from, which is, oh crap, we're making these episodes faster than we have material. We're gonna catch up. What do we do? And they do the
Hmm.
same thing. They drag these things out and they add in all this filler, and they drag out the filler. There was there were months that we spent in one side storyline that just dragged forever. And that was where I fell out from the actual anime. I was like, I can't keep watching this anymore.
Yeah, it definitely, yeah. Uh,
It could
I think I lucked out with Dragon Ball Z because I started watching it in the middle of when they went to Namek
yeah.
and he first turned Super Saiyan because that's right when just shit was getting great. And then I went back and watched up to that point, and I watched beyond that point, and that was like the perfect time to be in, like, to become a Dragon Ball Z fan.
Yeah.
When just shit was getting fucking fantastic. With Naruto, I'm just like, oh my god, like I've watched maybe 10 episodes, and I feel like nothing's happened.
Yeah, that's fair. And there are spots in Dragon Ball where that happens too.
Oh no,
But that's
totally. If I would have started with Dragon Ball, I would have been out a few
yeah,
episodes in.
yeah.
Like
It's why I
even
can't
with
it's why I can't get into what is it, One Piece. Like I keep hearing people talk about like it's really funny and the action's fantastic. You should really watch it. They're up to like 900 and something, I think. It's
Jesus.
madness. It's insane. It might not be quite that high, but it's insane. I'm like, I can't. No, I don't. I no, I can't. I'm sorry, I just can't.
Yeah, no. I mean, even Dragon Ball Z was like that. Like the first season, it's really slow. Even Dragon Ball Super, I've watched like 8 episodes, and it's like they spent a whole episode of Vegeta eating on a boat, like being dumb, and I'm like, this is not the Vegeta that was destroying planets and wanting to become Super Saiyan, and like he looks weak. They're all weak right now. Oh man, and like there's a guy that just he comes and he's really hungry, and I'm just like, come on. Apparently, it gets really good, but you know,
Yeah,
I remember seeing images from like the 27th episode, and I was like, oh, that looks cool. This got pink hair now. Like, I want to know what's going on.
yeah,
But a lot of filler.
yeah. That's why I like that they did Kai, because Kai was
Yeah.
a good edit. Like it actually was like, okay, we have all this material. Now let's cut it down to just what matters, and they did, and I think they did it really well.
Yeah, I think I was a purist at the time, though. I was like, no, that's not my Dragon Ball Z. I want to own it, the best condition, the every scene, and no joke. I bought the first season and then the second season on Blu-ray, and they stopped
They
making them.
stopped making them. Yeah.
It pissed me off, and I vowed I was like, I'm not doing this again unless one day I get a box set or something. But
Yeah.
I just, but watching it, I'm like, wait a second, I don't. When did they go on this adventure to this town? Like when Gohan was left alone, like I was like, I just remember him doing shit with Piccolo, but like, what is he doing here? Like it just
Right.
none of it really made sense. Yeah, so I was like, oh, I just wasted 3 hours because these episodes have been just garbage. So yeah, no, I agree. The Kai definitely was an improvement, especially for younger fans that just no attention span. We're like, no, we need to get into the action now
Yeah.
and not waste time trying to find Bulma's panties. Like there was just so much dumb shit could have been left on the editor's floor. But all right, let's see. Got some Prometheus 2 news. James Franco confirmed for the film.
I I I will buy a ticket to the midnight showing of this movie if and only if I am guaranteed that his death is horrible and gruesome and like 12 minutes long.
From what I understand, he's not in the film that much, so you might see that.
Fair enough. Like,
Yeah, yeah. At
like
least
that.
that's what I read. That he
Yeah,
was not going to be in that long.
yeah. I don't know. I've cooled on my hatred of Franco. So
Yeah, he's a cool dude. Cool dude.
he is. I don't really hate him anymore. So there's that.
There we go.
Man, it was hard to after what was it, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, because he was
Yeah.
good, and then 127 hours, whatever. Fine, but the ones that stuck out to me were what was the end of the world one with
The end.
yeah, was it just
This is the end.
This is the end. That was it.
Yeah,
He was
we
good.
saw that together. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was like, that was good. Because he was just being like hyper James Franco, and I was like, all right, he gets it. He's a tool. He gets it.
Yeah, he's totally playing himself.
Yeah.
Like just a total amped up version of it. And I fucking love that movie. Where they're like freaks for life or something like that. It was so meta.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
they made Pineapple Express 2. Like that was funny.
Yeah, exactly. That movie's so good. So good. Oh, I need to watch that again.
And he was good in the interview too. And that had one of the greatest, like when they're actually doing the interview and you get that swerve, and I was like, damn, okay, that was actually good.
Yeah, I gotta see that. I never saw that.
You never saw that? It's not bad. It's not like this great, oh my god, that's just totally worth the almost international incident that it caused kind of hype, but like it's not.
Oh, you know what? I did see that. I'm thinking of the movie with him and Jonah Hill. The one where, oh god,
man, I can't help you there. I'm blanking, big time.
No. What is he in?
I don't know. I can't help you.
Oh, come on.
I'll know it. Like I'll know it when you say it. I'll be like, oh yeah, it was that movie. But yeah.
Well, he was like a killer, and Jonah Hill interviews him. Jonah.
No, I don't.
Hill.
I don't.
Oh man. Okay, well we'll find
it. Sorry, man, can't help you.
It's called True Story.
Okay, never heard of it.
I never saw it. It's about James Franco, and he asked to speak to this one reporter, and it's this like cat and mouse type movie. In other movies really really good that I like him in The Night Before. He's only in it for a second.
Yeah.
Have you seen The Night Before?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that before.
Yeah, he was funny in it for the moment he's in it. All right, let's see here. And yeah, you got to check out. I don't think you watched it. Was the 11/22/63, the miniseries?
Oh yeah, no, I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, that's really good. That's one of my favorite things he's ever did.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And he's in that new movie now, right? With Walter White.
Oh yeah. Why him?
Why him? Yeah, he's playing just like a total fucking tool YouTube star.
Yeah.
Hamming it up. Yeah.
Oh,
he's in a lot of shit. He's in. Yeah. Oh my god, this guy is working. He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 films. 2017. 16 projects.
Well, but how many of them are actually going to be released in 2017?
Post-production, Blood Surf. Filming right now, Pretenders. Post-production, The Long Home. Alien Covenant. What is that in? Post-production. Actors Anonymous, post-production. Black Dog, Red Dog, completed. Future World, post-production. Kill the Cesar, post-production. Filming Ken. Filming The Deuce. The Heyday of Insensitive Bastards, Institute, Mad Whale, Masterpiece, Vault. All of these are in post-production or completed. Zeroville, The Vault, Why Him, Killing Animals, Mississippi Queen, The Labyrinth as the voice. With that, we're going to take a quick break.
Dwayne Johnson, eat your heart out.
Exactly. You listen to We Geek podcast on the N.FM. We'll see you in a minute. Welcome back to the We Geek podcast on the N.FM. And we got some more movie news, some trailers. Now, some of these I didn't see, Despicable Me 3. I saw the one like the car pulls up and it's
Yeah, that's it.
oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it looks like Despicable Me.
Right, like this is not these films are not going to break new ground. They
Mhm.
work on like, hey, you like this and you like this, and so here's more of this. And cool. I'm down for that. That works for me.
I saw it was like Trey Parker is starring in it.
Yeah, he plays the villain.
That's awesome.
That's great, and he plays such a fantastic kind of villain. Like he just looks like, oh my god, I just want to punch this guy so
Right.
hard. Like it's
Yeah.
great. It gives him. It looks like the kind of character where they're like, dude, just go nuts with it. Like,
Yeah. He's his long lost twin brother Drew.
yeah,
Yeah, and he's total 80s.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Shoulder pads and all.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Former child star.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
He grew up to become obsessed with the character he played in the 80s, bent on world domination. There you go. That's perfect. I saw that and I was like, oh wow, like he's getting like starring roles. It's not just South Park.
Well, hey, if it works.
Yep. John Wick 2, I didn't see the new trailer. Doesn't that come out soon though?
It's February. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's basically just John Wick shoots a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Which is the movie, so it works.
Yeah. I could see no more of that, and I want to go see the film. I don't want to see anything else from it.
Yeah.
Dunkirk, did you see the trailer for it?
I did. This is our second trailer, I think.
Yeah. First one was more of a tease, right?
Right. It was. Well, I mean, it was long for a teaser, but it was definitely more a teaser than trailer. This is interesting because it does show more of like it's not about that it's a war movie. It's about these guys are basically just they're trapped. They're on this giant, massive expanse of beach and town, and yet they have nowhere to go.
Right.
And what does that do to you? I like the presentation of that. I do.
Oh yeah. No, totally. Yeah, the hopelessness, and it's like, well, home is right there.
You can
We could
see
just
it from
get
here.
there.
Yeah.
And I liked in the trailer he's like, where are you? Obviously one of the guys escapes and he's like, where are you going? Well, we're going back there to get everybody.
Yeah.
He's like, we will all die. I thought it was so cool. One of the coolest things about this film is one of the posters is literally those pamphlets that they actually did. It dropped from the sky.
Yeah.
On them and saying, you are here, we are here. The poster I saw is just that. There's no name on it. There's no movie title. There's no actor. There's no nothing. Just that poster.
Nice.
I thought that's such a cool thing.
That's good marketing. That's nice.
Oh yeah, totally. Or it just looks like this. Oh, it's like a World War II thing. It just looked dope. Like I'd put that up. Well, I wouldn't put that on. That'd be weird to put on a wall. It's like a weird, but it looks cool. It looks like a cool piece of like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like, that really happened.
And because I remember like reading about this in school and everything, and I always thought that would be kind of a cool movie, and now they've made it. So.
Yeah. See, I didn't. Yeah.
I always thought it was an interesting story.
Yeah.
But like you've never seen it. Like you've seen every other angle.
No, I mean
possible.
I didn't really read about it. Is what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
So I only know bits and pieces. I don't know the ins and outs of it. So I'm kind of excited to see it.
Yeah.
I only know like the overall story, but yeah, looks cool though. Can't wait. What other trailers we got?
We had the Blade Runner trailer.
Oh yeah, Harrison Ford.
Yeah. Being old again. Like.
Yeah, I gotta watch Blade Runner. It's been so fucking long.
It's a movie that gets better if you watch it, like, and I don't mean like every time you watch it gets better. It's like, but I know most of us were probably a lot younger when we saw it the first time. Watching it when you're older, especially after watching a lot of other sci-fi, and you go back to this, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm excited for it. When does that come out again?
It's what? October? No. June or I don't remember.
Yeah, let's see. I'll look it up here.
Yeah, find me a release date real quick.
Mm-hmm. It's got 2017. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a date to it now though.
Mm,
I know it has. I know it has
October 6th.
October. It is 10/6. Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
couldn't.
that's it. And then, oh, go
Yeah.
ahead.
I couldn't remember if it was 10/6 or 6/10.
You
Forgot.
think the next Indiana Jones will be his last film?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the last one he has on the docket. Um,
Be a,
that'd be kind of cool to go out.
yeah, to kind of go out on where he came in, really. I mean, I know he had a career before, but Raiders was the big one, I think.
Right. Well, yeah, he was more of an ensemble with Star Wars
Yeah.
than his own thing. Indiana Jones, to me, he'll always be Han Solo, but I think to most people, he will probably look down as Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
It's so rare for someone to get two roles so iconic. Like, I can't think of,
Well, or I mean, it happens in different media. And to be fair, there's a difference between, you look at Harrison Ford, everybody knows Han Solo, everybody knows Indiana Jones. Because I was thinking about Mark Hamill being Luke Skywalker and the Joker, but that one's not quite so well known.
Right. I'm thinking like
Sylvester Stallone.
yes, Sylvester Stallone.
You got Rocky and Rambo.
Yeah. Ian McKellen.
Yes. There you go. There's another good example.
Sir Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart, another good example.
Those are probably he's like in that class.
Yeah.
Of like things where you're so iconic in one place, and it's hard for people to break away from that. Like, so many people can't do it because they're just typecasted the entire time.
Right, and so the trick is you don't bother. Like, you just lean into it. What was Tom Hiddleston?
Will Smith?
Yeah,
Will Smith.
Yeah. But like, Tom Hiddleston was on an episode of The Nerdist a long time ago, and talked about, at his age, he was kind of in the like soldier phase of his career, and then he's going to move on to the king phase of his career, and hopefully, being when he's old and British, he'll be in the wizard phase of his career. And it's like just go with it, man. Just roll with it. Just lean into it.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. So we'll see, man. I can't wait. You know what I want to watch? Dirks Gently.
Oh, yeah, the BBC America show. Yeah.
Everyone says it's great, and apparently it's on Netflix already.
Is it really?
That's what. Maybe I need to reevaluate that. It's either on Netflix or Amazon. Someone told me about. I know it was on BBC, but
it might be on Amazon because I don't think the season's over yet.
That's what I thought, and then when I saw the post, it was like, yeah, everyone go check it out. It's on Netflix already. I was like, Are you sure about that?
I would have to look into that because I don't know.
Maybe it's on Netflix Canada.
That could be.
Canada.
That could be. And
there's no possible way for us to find out.
Right? It's not like we could just Google Dirk Gently Netflix Canada and see what happens.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's on the United States one. Did you see the I know it's getting off top for 7th, the OA? Have you seen any of that?
I haven't seen it yet. No, have you?
No, I need to. That and Barry came out.
Oh, did that come out too?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes,
I still want to watch
that.
I still want to watch, what was it, Spectral. I still want to watch that.
Yep. And there's a documentary on it called Minimalism, a documentary about, I guess, people living at the bare minimum to be happy. So I don't know, I love documentaries.
Yeah.
That's all I knew from it. I was like, oh, that's cool. I want to see that. Or like just bare minimum. So I don't know. Got a whole week of Netflix coming up.
There you go.
Trying to get around the holidays.
You're all set.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I think that's it for trailers. I don't think there was anything else.
Not that I saw. There may have been some others, but those were the only ones that I saw anyway.
Yeah. We got well, let's get into some TV news. We got some Metropolis.
Yeah,
Sam, how do you?
Esmail, I think.
Yep, to adopt the iconic sci-fi film as a miniseries in 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, he's gonna finish his work on Mr. Robot, and then down the road he's gonna work on this. Are you familiar at all with Metropolis?
I mean, I know that that's what the C-3PO was based off of. I know it's an old black and white film.
Yeah.
I know it's about a robot, but I mean I mean, 1927 film, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
it's worth a watch just to see like this is kind of where modern sci-fi cinema
oh,
came from, for
yeah.
sure. And it's Fritz Lang, and it's a tough because it has aged. It's a movie from back in the 20s. It's tough. It is. But it's interesting to look at just to see like, oh, okay, they did this, 90 years ago.
Hmm.
It's really fascinating just to think about it from that perspective. And I'm pretty sure this is on Netflix.
Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure. I know it used to be. Like it was, and then it wasn't, and then it was, and then it wasn't.
It is. It is.
There
Yeah.
you go. See, and how long is it? It's long, I think.
It is 2 hours and 28 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And to be fair, you feel it. You too.
Yeah.
But it really is an interesting watch just to think like this was 90 years ago. And some
So
of
it's
the
a silent film.
Yes.
Is there audio?
Well, there's sound, but it's not a talkie.
Right.
Yeah, because this predates. This is what 6 years before the Jazz Singer.
So 2 hours and 30 minutes of just audio.
Yeah.
Or just
Just sound.
okay. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever done that, so.
And it's at the very least watch chunks of it just to see like, wow, this is what they did, because especially when you think about it, I mean, just 90 years, and to see everything that we've, you could look at it and say, oh, look how far we've come. I looked at it like, damn, look at what they could do then.
Right.
It really is fascinating.
Right. To tell that kind of story in
Yeah.
the limited space that they had. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I love stuff like that. That was part of my list that I did a couple of years back. So that was fun.
Yeah. We're coming up on reading X-Men and Spider-Man.
Yeah, man. Next year.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's a lot of comics.
Yeah.
A lot of comics.
Well, hey, man, I'll tell you what. When I finished reading, it's funny. You said you're listening to the Catalyst audiobook. I'm getting ready to dive into Ahsoka because I hadn't read it.
Oh, nice.
And that's gonna be by the time I finish it, it will be 52 books in 52 weeks. That's my last
awesome,
one
man.
for the year. I was like, oh.
Ooh. Well, you picked a good one, apparently.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Because I was like, it was funny because I started to read Bloodline, and I was like, wait, I read this already.
Yeah.
Oh, it cracked me up. But then I was like, no, but there was a new one, wasn't there? And they were like, oh yeah, Ahsoka. And I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Did you read Catalyst?
I didn't yet, no, because it only just came out, didn't it?
It did, yeah, recently.
Yeah.
November. Yep, tie into the film. So, man.
Now it's what, like a prequel to the film?
The Catalyst, actually, it's really cool because it is a prequel. It's a story of the father. It actually fleshes out Rogue One so fantastic. My brother was like, wait a second. Oh wait, we're gonna get into. I don't want to get into Rogue One spoilers too fast. But there's a scene in Rogue One where you're like, wait, and it's a flashback, and you're like, oh, who's there and what's that? What's all that's going on? It fleshes that out so well. You find out why he did what he did, and the history and the relationship between all of these people that you only get glimmers of it in the opening scenes.
Right.
You only get like a few lines of dialogue, where this is like, no, this is how he got himself in that situation, and why he stayed there, and why why on earth he would have known this person in a past life and why they would have been really close. Um, and it does one of the cool things that I love about some of these Star Wars books is it humanizes the Empire to a way where you're like, okay, well, if you see it through their point of view, they want to protect the galaxy and they think they're doing the right thing. The problem is they're doing it at all costs. It doesn't
Right.
matter whose throat they step on to do it. But you see where I'm sure you'll read the book, so I'm not going to spoil it. But there's points where you're like, okay, it makes sense they're in the same room together. It makes
Right.
sense they're having a drink together. Like it totally makes sense in the book. You're like, oh fuck, like holy, it's a companion to Rogue One as Rogue One is a companion to A New Hope. It really ties in well. It takes place in the prequel era, and it goes all the way through to where you see in the movie. So it's that whole timeline. Because you see her from not born yet, and some of the shit that they go through, to her being born, and onward. You see his journey and where he ends up in the movie and stuff.
Nice.
So yeah, it's really cool. I definitely highly recommend it. It's what everyone was raving about when they were like, "What Star Wars books?" That's the one where they're like, "You got to read this for Rogue One." So
Nice. And yeah, that was the one thing that I loved about Lost Stars.
yeah,
That was so great to see, like, oh, these kids, they join the Imperial fleet, and what all this happened, and like that to me was fascinating. Like their story in particular, like their arc together was great, but the
hmm
background surrounding it and everything
yeah,
was phenomenal. Like that
yeah.
was
You're
that was
like,
fantastic.
oh yeah, it makes sense why they would be. They don't know anything of the Emperor. They just think they're just bringing in their little planet they lived off. All they knew is that the Empire meant security.
Yeah.
And they talk about that throughout the whole franchise. It's all about perspective, and that's where I think these books really bring that perspective. Where it's like they don't know about Jedi and all this dumb shit. They just know that the Emperor is giving them money. They're giving them tons of money. They're giving them security, and they think they're doing the right thing, and they want to be a part of it. And they want to be part of this new era where they don't have to worry about all the wars that were before. And it's fucked. It's crazy when you think about it, but yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I want to get Ahsoka too. I have that on one of my audio. I have an extra credit for audio. So once I'm done with the Catalyst, it's on to Ahsoka.
Nice.
Yep. We're gonna take a quick break. When we get back, we get into more TV news. Again, you're listening to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM. We'll see you guys all in a minute. Welcome back to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM. We've got some more TV news to talk about. Um, did you see the DuckTales sing along trailer thing they did?
I saw a piece of it.
Yeah.
Uh, like I saw the promotional art and everything. We did get at least some of the cast. I didn't see if it was the whole cast or not. But
Yeah.
I I love that Tennant is Scrooge. That makes me smile. Like
Oh yeah. Yeah. We got David Tennant as Scrooge. Ben Schwartz is in it. Danny Pudi. Uh, Tox. I can't pronounce her last name. Bobby Monahan. Kate Minchie, Beck Bennett, and Tony Alsmel. I can't pronounce it. Sorry, but yes, some definitely familiar faces.
nice. Yeah.
When I
Who's
saw
uh
it, when I saw the
who's
trailer.
Ben Schwartz playing? Is
It
he
doesn't say. I imagine he's
oh,
one of the ducks.
uh, oh.
One of the little ducks. One of the
One of the
three.
nephews, Huey, Dewey, or Louie?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
think him, Danny. Well, him, Danny, and Bobby are, I think, the ducks.
I'd have thought because I don't know, he might have been a good launch pad.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's the way everyone's credited. Basically, everyone has a credit except those three. And I know that Danny is one of the ducks.
Okay.
I know that Bobby's one of the ducks. So I think Ben Schwartz is the other one. Um, David is Scrooge McDuck. Tony is Donald Duck. I wonder what other ducks they'll be in it.
Well, they
Duck.
gotta they've gotta have. We know they have Launchpad, and I forget who else. It's gonna be, yeah, it's definitely gonna be interesting for sure.
So Duckburg is another planet, right?
Oh, I, yeah, I don't know.
It is. I think it's like a whole nother planet. It's a planet full of ducks,
Okay.
from what I thought. Isn't what's his face from it? Marvel guy.
Don't say it. God, I was hoping you weren't gonna bring up Howard.
He is. I think Howard the Duck
Is from Duckburg,
is
really?
from Duckburg. That was the old thought process. That was Howard the Duck was from Duckburg and landed on Earth, and he was Howard the Duck. Now it makes sense. Now they could totally cross that over.
Oh yeah,
Imagine in one of the Guardians films,
yeah,
he goes, "Let me talk to you about some of my nephews." That would pull it all together. That would be the one string that suddenly put. What we talked about. What if he talked about Duckburg?
I would just,
in the film.
there's Tony Stark arguing with Thor, Vision, and Hulk,
Yeah.
and Howard just looks over at Cap, and he says, "Oh my God, this reminds me of my cousin and his nephews."
Yeah.
Just boom, perfect, and let that go, and Cap just kind of looks at him, and cut to whatever, but like that,
Yeah.
I would take that. I'm all right with that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. Duckburg. Oh, I shouldn't have looked it up. There's like an entire map that someone mapped out. Duckburg, where everyone lives.
Well, yeah, man, it's the internet, like
Oh yeah. What was the
quack shot. That's what you're looking for.
No, the cartoon Tailspin?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. There wasn't a duck on that though, was there?
No,
There
it was bears.
That was all the Jungle Book characters.
Yeah,
That was my jam. Was that Baloo or was that like Baloo's cousin?
that was Baloo.
That was Baloo. That's right. Okay, yeah. They were all like the characters from the Jungle Book, but they seemed like they played different characters.
Well, it
like
was.
I think isn't Louis in it? But
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're
Yeah.
all in it.
yeah,
God, I haven't seen that in forever.
they should bring that back into a crossover.
Not the worst idea in the world.
And then you tie it all together and have a shared universe and put Darkwing in it. Boom.
Well, Darkwing's in Duckburg. Like that's.
Well, yeah, but he's not in. I don't remember him in DuckTales.
Well, he could pop up in DuckTales, sure.
He's got to.
Like
That was my jam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you want
We should have a DuckTales shared universe.
Sounds good. Pitch it. Get to.
Oh man.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
So Gary Whitta, guy who wrote Rogue One. Guess what he is writing right now?
I don't know.
He's writing Mouse Guard for Fox.
Mouse Guard?
Yes. But I think I talked about it before on the show. It's a comic about it's like an Eisner winning comic about mice, and they dress up like medieval times almost. And like it's like high fantasy but with mice and cats, and the art is fantastic. Like the first volume I think is called Belly of the Beast and Shadows Within and Rise of the Axe. Mouse Guard, look it up.
Okay, so it's like Redwall but a comic.
Yes. Yeah. I think like the artwork's very iconic. Like if you saw the artwork, you'd be like, "Oh, I've seen that before."
Yeah.
But they all are dressed up in the gear and everything else, and there's just there. What I don't know what are, like ferrets and stuff. I guess they fight.
Sure.
Like I'm showing artwork of like turtles, and they live on houses on the turtles' backs, and I don't know, just crazy stuff. So anyway, he's doing the film, I guess, for Fox, for Mouse Guard, which I think that'd be really cool. It's such a cool idea.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, as you can tell, I'm still on my Star Wars fix, and I listen to the podcast that anyone's doing. Because they're like, oh yeah, like this gotta be weird, making a film years ago, be moved on to a whole nother project, and that project coming out, and like you're introducing it to everybody again. And you never really think about that. Like the people that have been in the film, they've lived it and breathed it for so long. The writers do move on earlier than most people because what they've done what they've done is done. And
No, I disagree. A solid writer is usually there through post.
they're there through post, but you know what I mean. They're not. I
They
don't
do
know.
they tend to do the press junkets too. Like they're
No, he did the press junkets. I guess
yeah.
he was just making it seem like by at this time I am working on other projects, and it's been some time since he did that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because he's co-writer. He's not like J.J. Abrams where he did the writing and directing. I don't know. I thought it was cool. But it was just funny to be like, oh yeah, you are on another project and you're getting prepared for all this other stuff and you're kind of in the zone for something else. But like when Star Wars comes out, all the stuff before it, you're totally sucked back in.
Yeah.
And I thought that was cool. He talked about going and seeing the premiere in L.A. with everyone else, but he was like, when you see it in that crowd for the opening night, he's like, a lot of the people are there just to get their picture taken. And they're not there because they want to see Star Wars, or they're not the fans, And he said he really didn't get that experience till he saw it a few days afterwards, sitting in the theater with nothing but fans.
You want to see
with him and some other people.
Yeah, like go to an actual like midnight showing anywhere else, and
Right.
that's where you're gonna get like the full on fan experience, no doubt.
Right. Oh yeah. He was like, the opening night, and he was like, they had the X-wing and they pulled everything out, but he was like, just most of the people there, they're there to take the pictures, and they might not even stay through the whole thing. Where he said he didn't get that experience until he went a few days later with like all of his buddies, a lot of people that worked on the film, and I think they just bought a shitload of tickets for the theater they wanted to go to, and they saw it with like real actual fans in the theater, and for them to clap and get up and be just excited. I was like, can you imagine sitting in the theater and you're like, oh, there's half the people that worked on it.
Right.
I don't know. It'd be really cool. And he was like, he made a joke about how, someone was saying that, they think it's weird when someone claps at the end of a film because the people aren't there to, it's not like a play where they're on stage.
Right. Surprise, they're actually here.
Right. And he was like, yeah, exactly. He was just like, it's such a human. You want to go, oh my god, that was awesome. So you clap, even though you don't know they're there. And he goes, but surprise, we were there.
Yeah.
And he goes, some people recognized him, and they were like, oh my god, yeah. I thought that was cool.
Neat. Yeah, that's good. I like that story. That's a good story.
Oh yeah, he's a good guy. He hangs out with all the giant bomb people and everything else. Like he was a total video game. He did reviews for video games a few years ago.
And now he's writing Star Wars. Shit.
And now he's writing Star Wars. Yeah, his big break was like Book of Eli, and then after that,
nice.
Suddenly he started getting these huge. He said when he got Rogue One, he was like, "Is this a joke? Like, am I being punked? Like, oh, you want me to work on this?" He was like, "Is this real?" So I don't know. It's really cool. It's cool to see someone so humble and do something so well. So.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Hire nerds. Everybody out there, whatever industry you're in, hire nerds. Because really, we are a crowd that is happy to be doing anything. But if you hire us on something that we are passionate about, stick us on Marvel projects or Star Wars or something really cool, something like Blade Runner or anything like this, you're gonna see this maddening level of devotion to the work. Because we're not gonna believe, like, this doesn't happen to us. Really? We're an entire generation that grew up, we were, I hope, the last generation of like the quarterback ran the school. And
see, that's the problem. That's the problem I have with DC, because that's what it feels like with DC.
Yes,
it's like, you let the guy that's shoving someone in lockers take control.
That's exactly where I was going. It's like you look at Marvel and you look at what Disney's doing with Star Wars and everything, and it's like they let the kids who were getting stuffed in lockers because they would draw comic book characters or they would write scenes for something, or they did like their own, they had every Star Wars expanded universe book in their backpack. Mm-hmm. They're the ones working on the things. DC is taking the quarterback and giving him the ball, and this is what you get. That's exactly where I was going with that.
Yeah, and it shows, and that shows in all different aspects. Like
Yeah,
we've talked about that with wrestling. Like give it to the like let the people in there that know what they're doing. I watched a video. I don't know if you saw it. I think I linked you to it of Max Landis, and he's a consultant for the WWE. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Oh, okay. Watch the video. I think I sent it to you.
Yeah,
Um,
I saw it was up, but I hadn't watched it yet.
yeah, he talks about talking to Seth Rollins backstage about like, and it's funny because everything he talked about is what's happening right now in wrestling. How he was like, you need to have people just walk into other people's matches, like and interact to show that this is a shared thing, like this is a flowing story. Braun Strowman should just walk into someone else's match and destroy them, and it's like, oh, cool, these characters are interacting that you normally would not see, and it's not the same old thing. Like that kind of stuff should break up the monotonous. And then like he was talking about how like, well, Seth Rollins was like, but who does that get over? And he's like, you know what? He's right, but that's not how a writer thinks. A writer thinks about the story, not about who should get over. Where
True.
the wrestler's brain is going, but who's going to get over? Who does that at the end of that match? Who does that make look good? And when you're writing a story, you're not thinking kind of about that. You're thinking about, well, what does this lead into? What kind of storyline does this come from? And the problem with wrestling is it's just ever going and ever changing and just nonstop, and there's no end. And when there's an end, it just you kind of shift gears and you look left and go after someone else. So he was like, it doesn't really get anyone over. It just shows that they are a part of the same, meld. And his whole deal was he really thinks that we're getting to wrestling here, but he really thought that someone like Braun Strowman should just walk in to one of the cruiserweight matches and just
Well,
disrupt shit.
and here's the interesting thing. That was all that happened on Monday night. Was Braun
Right.
Strowman showed up and destroyed everybody.
Oh yeah, it was exactly what he said.
Yeah.
He was like, I want the cruiserweights, because I feel that they're in a pocket by themselves, and they should not be. They should be, intermixing with other talents, and they really, and you see that now. What's his face is dating. What's her face?
Oh, don't
Like
no, I hate that angle.
but they are intertwining them instead of keeping them in their own little pocket. It was stupid to keep them in their own little pocket, even if the story's dumb, like that whole dating thing. But Braun Strowman walking in and disrupting everything and making you want to cheer for the he called them the flying guys. That's what you should do. You should be like, oh no, fuck this guy. And I thought it was really cool. He was like, and Seth, I wasn't right or wrong. Neither was Seth. We both were right about our thought process. He was like, it's just two different angles you have to think about when you think about wrestling on TV. So I don't know. I thought it was really cool. Go check out Max Landis's
Yeah.
wrestling video. It's just I love picking his mind. Well, you're not picking it, but you know what I mean. Watching the videos where he just blurts out his thoughts, and you're just like, that's so cool. Like he's a consultant for the WWE, so at any point he's walking backstage, talking to these people. And giving his opinions and like, where it should go. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Thought that was cool.
I don't know, man. The idea of like it's Braun Strowman versus the cruiserweights. I'm like, great, because the cruiserweights need to be devalued even more.
No. That's not the point. The point is that he walks in and interacts, disrupts it, but they do kick his ass.
Yeah, but then
That was the whole point where Seth was like, but who does that get over?
Exactly.
If you have him being destroyed by the little guys, then that puts Braun Strowman down. But if you have Braun Strowman do it, and so his point was, you're right. So that's why he said Seth was not wrong.
I agree. It makes an interesting dynamic. It does make an interesting story, but yeah, you do have to look at like there have to be upsides to this, and there's no upside to that. Because
he said that's not how you write TV. He goes, and that's the problem with wrestling is you are writing television, but you can't write it the way normal people write television.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's that weird line. So, but we're seeing that now. We're seeing Braun Strowman walk in, and he didn't do it to the cruiserweights. He did it to the top people.
Well, he started with Titus O'Neil and what was it? Sin Cara.
Right.
And just God, poor Cigara. Just chucked him off the stage, threw the Christmas tree, and then grabbed the Christmas tree and just slammed it down. I was like, that was the best match of the night. But
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
Titus, and then coming in main event and just destroying Seth and Roman because Kevin and Chris hauled ass. Like that's the thing. That's what Braun that's exactly what Braun should be doing. He's doing his whole I want competition, I demand this respect, blah blah blah. I'm a giant unstoppable monster. This is precisely what he should be doing. Yes, absolutely. And he should keep doing this until they stop giving Roman Reigns shots at the title, because he already has one that everybody's forgotten about.
Oh my God! Anyone else? Give Big Cass a shot. Give Seth Rollins a shot. Like give Jericho a fucking run at the title one last time. Any of these guys. All right, we'll be back. We'll talk more about TV and wrestling and video games. Again, you're listening to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM. We'll see you guys all in a minute. Welcome back to We Geek Podcast on the N.FM. I'm gonna let's do a bold thing here. Let's just continue talking about wrestling.
Okay.
And we'll get into the video games when we're done. And again, we're gonna do a Rogue One podcast later. When do you want to put that up? When are you free?
Because my work schedule's nuts. It'd have to be daytime sometime.
It'd have to be when?
It'd have to be like during the day, but I know you work during the day.
I work, yeah. I'm off at 6 and after.
Nah, see, I'm already at work by then. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
We'll figure it out. It'll probably be up by this weekend, or maybe afterwards. It is Christmas this weekend, so that might be too busy. But we will. It should be up before the next podcast, for the next episode on Wednesday. Do you think?
Yeah, we'll try for that. Keep an eye out on our Twitter, and we'll let you. We'll keep it updated.
There you go. We'll let you know, and if not, then we'll be after that, and we'll talk about it when we get back. So, but yeah, man, let's get back into wrestling. So, I did not see Roadblock. I saw bits and pieces of Raw and bits and pieces of SmackDown. So tell me, what happened on Roadblock?
Not a tremendous amount. New Day lost, so their reign is over because Demolition's record is broken because WWE hated the fact that Demolition was suing them. So that record's in the trash now.
Oh, they were suing them.
Yeah, Demolition was like, we're suing WWE, and they're like, all right, we're gonna have this team break your record, and then the next title defense after they broke the record, they lost the belts. I was like, oh, come on, give them till the Rumble, because now it just I get it, I understand, and New Day has been stale a little bit, and so I'm on the one hand I get it and I'm okay with it. On the other hand, I'm like, it really does just look like they broke the record just to break the record. And it's
yeah, but I don't even think the New Day need the titles. They are so over. I honestly think I think some of them should get a title run, for like the big one.
For God's sake, let Big E take a run at the U.S. title. I mean, Roman is defending his U.S. title as infrequently as Nikki Bella was defending the Divas title, which is sad.
Right.
I mean, that is beyond sad. And the problem is, the way that Roman carries it over his back, he doesn't even see that he has a title that he should be defending. So somebody take that thing off of him. Give it to Darren Young, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Make the U.S. title great again. Like, I don't care. Just anybody. Absolutely anybody.
Yeah. I think they're giving Big Cass a big push. I think he's going to destroy Rusev and make his way over to either the U.S. title or the championship. Man, they've teased him. Apparently, Vince really loves him.
He's good.
I'd love to see them get the tag team title.
I'd
like to see the club. I'd like to see the club get it, like at the Rumble, and then at Mania have Big Cass and Enzo get the tag team titles.
I'm all right with Cass doing like a U.S. title win at Mania.
Oh yeah,
because it puts him over. It puts a little prestige back in the U.S. title, and Roman loses at Mania. That's good for everybody. That's good all around.
Oh yeah.
And I see, and Enzo's mic work is fantastic. His ring work is okay. Um, I would love, and I
Yeah.
know this has been talked about on the internet to death, but I would love the idea of Enzo just managing Cass.
Well, we were seeing that. We're
Yeah.
seeing that now with Rusev, and so I think that's going to happen when Cass gets his big push. Man, dude, who cares? Give him the tag titles and one of the championships. He can have two belts. Like the dude is doing nothing but good stuff.
He's gonna need him. I mean, he is 7 foot tall.
He is, yeah. Finally make someone. Oh shit, we got, we got this big dude over here destroying everybody. Let's have
Yeah.
Cass go after him. Like that would be an awesome
That would
matchup.
that would be a match. I'll watch. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll watch that.
I think it's going to get really crowded soon because we're going to get Samoa Joe probably coming up. What, probably Rumble.
He's gonna debut in the Rumble. Yeah.
We got Nakamura, which probably has a little while still, but who knows?
He's gonna
He'd be a surprise.
Yeah, he'll hold until Mania for sure. I don't know past that, or what's the takeover wherever they are. Orlando,
I,
takeover Orlando. Yeah.
yeah, I don't. He's been in there for so long though.
I no,
Does he need?
I think you let him build a little bit more. Joe has had his run. He's had his time. Bring him up in the Rumble.
Right.
Nakamura, depending on what happens in Orlando. Now, if he loses to whoever's next, then yes, bring him out the night after on Raw. Make him the big debut. Totally,
Yeah.
all for that. But it depends. Yes, I think Nakamura is ready for a call up. I
Hmm.
think it does happen the night after Mania, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's gonna be a crazy weekend.
Yeah, right.
Takeover, WrestleMania,
And
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 Raw.
and WCBW, dude, you should go to
Oh yeah.
that. It's early Saturday, so that it's over before Takeover.
Jesus, there's so much. There's so
Yeah, you got
much.
you
But
got to
yes,
go to
yeah.
that. And general
And
admissions,
that'd be one of the easier ones to go to too.
yeah, $25. General admissions 25.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah,
That's gonna be parking downtown
yeah,
that night.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So
But I
yeah,
mean,
dude, I'll do that. That'd
yeah,
be
and
fun.
have you been watching any of WCPW?
I've been watching their channel,
Yeah.
like the commentary stuff they do, but I haven't watched any of the wrestling.
Oh, it's so good. You've got to. They've done 18 episodes and like a couple iPay-per-view specials, which are not on YouTube. Um,
Right, right. You
but
got
yeah,
Patreon for that, right?
it's
Yeah.
well, yeah, it's like their version of it. It's like they have their own little subscription website. Was it like
Mm.
it's $7 a month, and it's worth it just for their big pay-per-view events because it's
Right.
so good. The wrestling on it is great. The storytelling has gotten just unbelievably better. It's fantastic. And I love Martin Kirby. I do. He's obnoxious. He's annoying. He's hysterical. And I need a T-shirt so bad.
Yeah, I'll check it out because those guys are hilarious.
Yeah, and because they
Oh,
have fun with it. Some of it's just hysterical, and some of it you're like, oh my god, this is goofy. Like it kind of transcends the idea of
right,
like, okay, well, that is just silly, but it works. And that's what's great.
right.
And that's why some of these guys will never go to I'm sorry, Martin Kirby will never be in WWE just because it is so not his style.
Oh yeah.
I would love it because it would be a huge shot. Like it would be so different. It's
Hmm.
it's why it's why if Broken Matt Hardy came to WWE, they would tone him down. They
It
would
wouldn't work.
no, it would it just and that's why I don't think he'll do it because he's got the freedom to just keep doing this because oh man because they did total nonstop deletion what a week or two ago and I haven't seen it but it's like the level like this just keeps escalating and it's
Well, I saw like they said like I just watched three grown men beat up a boat
yeah
for a pay-per-view.
yeah and it's just like but it works it's the dumbest thing you can imagine and there's no that's what I love about the whole broken Matt Hardy thing either you think it's the greatest thing you've ever seen or the absolute worst thing that could ever happen to wrestling there's
Right.
no middle ground.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. No, I have no opinion on it just because I've only seen like outside stuff of
Yeah.
him just like going crazy.
Oh,
But I haven't really watched it.
yeah. Oh, it's so good. The storytelling elements of it are fantastic, and they have just kind of said, you know what, we're just gonna do this. Like so much of it was like short films. It wasn't little vignettes. It was like a little movie that they wound up making out of this. And it was, and I was I was one of those ones who was like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. It's fantastic,
Right.
and it would never fly in WWE. It wouldn't. It absolutely wouldn't.
No, I don't think so. Yeah. No, I don't think it would.
But so that was a bummer.
Yeah.
The Iron Woman match was great. Going back to Roadblock, it was a good match.
Oh yeah, I gotta watch that.
It there were a couple parts where they like they where she had Sasha in the figure four for just way too long. Where it was like, all right, now we've kind of taken a little bit of the sting out of this hold here. Like it was way too long on a couple points.
I think it's been way too long about these two going back and forth.
And that's I don't know where I come down on this criticism. Because part of
They
me
win
is,
and drop it every other month.
I know,
Every other pay-per-view, every other Raw.
yeah, and part of me is like, I hated it, and but another part of me was like, you know what? It's these two that keep one-upping each other. It's not, we're not mixing it around an entire division. It's not going around like 3 or 4 different ones.
That's the problem, though. Like, Bayley's getting buried. Everyone's getting buried.
Well, they've got, Bayley did her thing on Raw this week where she beat Charlotte, because Charlotte can't win on Raw. So.
Yeah, no, I want to see Bayley go after. I want to see Bayley win it. I want to see other people. I don't know. I'm kind of over those two just fighting.
Well, the problem is the women's division's on SmackDown. Like Alexa Bliss came out of nowhere. I mean, she was good on NXT, but I was not expecting like full blown heel caliber the way she's been. She's been killing it over on SmackDown.
She has, and I have a major crush on her.
Yeah.
By far my favorite on SmackDown.
I love her and Naomi. Naomi was always one that was talked about as being just so overlooked. And
Did you see? Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good.
No. Yeah, like I really like SmackDown's division so much more.
Yeah. What they have.
I even like what they're doing with Natalie.
I didn't see this week, but apparently, like, this week's SmackDown was bananas.
Yeah, she told her, like, John, like, you're blah, 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 that's why John Cena will never marry you or something.
She's been...
just like, oh my god.
She's been banging that drum for a while, but apparently, like, her promo tonight just landed perfectly.
It really did, and you could, like, if you watch Total Divas, like, that has to sting. They all know it's, they know what to say, but you're like, oh fuck, should they have went that far?
Right.
But then again, I mean, this is the same show. Well, I guess with Raw, where they talked about, like, Flair's son and her brother and stuff.
Yeah, that was too far.
And did Paige? Because don't sometimes they go off script?
And
so like
they had cleared it with somebody, but not with everybody else for that.
Right.
And that was one that just landed. There was one thing where it's like, all right, that's that's too far.
Right. And so like this is just her and John Cena or whatever. I just thought it was.
Yeah.
Even like, I'm not kidding. She updated her Twitter, Instagram, or whatever. It was like, let them talk. True love never cares, or whatever. Something so cheesy. But it's like, deep down inside, that's gotta sting her a little bit, because you it's sad. You know how much she wants babies and a husband, and she can't have either with that guy.
Did you see the thing from the panel they were at where it was the Bellas and Daniel Bryan and John Cena?
Oh yeah.
So...
yeah.
Oh my god.
Good.
The face of the PG era, ladies and gentlemen. Like, that was just...
Right.
And saying, like, the single most un-PG thing to a kid.
Oh, yeah.
To a kid. A kid asked that question. Oh my god. And if you don't... It's on the... Oh, man. Just YouTube search that, John Cena, Nikki Bella panel, and it'll be, like, the first thing that comes up, because it's hysterical. It's so great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it's funny.
Yeah. No, it is. Oh man, yeah. See, I don't know. Have you been watching Total Divas at all?
No, I can't. No, are you
Oh,
kidding? I
that
can't.
show is so good. Oh my god, especially with Lana on it now. She's a huge Star Wars nerd. Did you know that?
I did know that.
Yeah, she's a total geek. Yeah, no, like obviously the show is very scripted, but like I don't know, it's just so funny. Like seeing Rusev on it and like him ask Lana's dad for his permission to marry his daughter, but he does it so like, in a business you should. There's certain things you got to do. Like he says it so awkwardly, and he's like, "I want your daughter. Like, I need you to give her to me." Like it's just so awkward. At like a Chili's or something. It's just so funny to see these over the top characters suddenly dwindled down to like, hey, I'm Rusev and Lana. We live together in our home, and like I think Lana's family lives with her as well, and
Okay.
her dad's like a pastor, like a Southern
Oh,
Baptist
great.
pastor. And they're all praying, and Rusev's like standing in the corner, and he's like he talks about how like he's like Americans have no traditions, like obviously his character is hyped up,
Right.
but he there's a part of him where he's like I want to get married. Wait, where's he from again? He's from
Bulgaria. Yeah.
Bulgaria. He's like, we need to get married there because their weddings take like 3 days and the wife has to like hide things and it's like this huge drawn out thing and she's like, no, I want to get married in Malibu ever since I was a baby. I don't know. So anyway, it's just the whole thing is basically this rift between Lana and his mom and and it's dude, you gotta see Total Divas. It is hysterical. It is absolutely hysterical. These women are crazy. And it's cool to see like Dean Ambrose is on it, like like Daniel Bryan. Oh, okay. One of the dumbest things I've ever heard. I'll send you the clip. Is when they're all talking, and it's funny because Daniel Bryan is a really smart guy. You could tell he's really smart.
Yeah.
And him sitting with the Bellas, they say things like they're joking around about how who didn't think something was real or not, and she goes, Nikki goes, or what? Not Nikki, the other one.
Brie.
Brie goes, no joke. Nikki thought Harry Potter was based off of a true story, and she's like, I have a good reason. And like Daniel Bryan's like, what? You gotta be kidding me. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And she's like, I have a good reason, and like it cuts off to something else. They're so dumb. But anyway,
Yeah.
good entertainment. Good entertainment. Check out Total Divas. Well, I think that's it, man. We gotta go.
And we end on Total Divas.
Oh man, I'm telling you guys, everyone listening, go watch it. It is dumb fun from top to bottom, especially if you're a wrestling fan, because it's constantly looking behind the scenes.
Right.
And you're like, oh, I remember when they were in that city and what happened and whatnot. So, yeah, like the Miz's house gets broken into and a bunch of other stuff.
Wow, damn.
He's in it too. Like he's really in it. But anyway, make sure you go to our Facebook. Make sure We Geek Podcast. Make sure you go to our Twitter at We Geek Podcast, at The Logan Witt, at Adam Estep. Write us some reviews on iTunes, and listen for the next for the upcoming week. We're gonna have our Rogue One podcast out on the podcast app that you have. So until next week, Captain.